Hi everyone, thanks for watching. I'm Lauren from Guthrie and Ganny, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you all of the lovely new fabric arrivals that have come into my shop, Guthrie and Ganny, during the month of May 2023. So I've got lots of really lovely things to show you, a lot of colour, a lot of really summery vibes, so I'm sure it's going to be lots of inspiration for you. I've made a blog post that goes along with this video, so in there you'll find linked all of the fabrics that I mentioned. So if there's something in particular that you see that you like in the video, the blog post is the best way to find it because it's like the same sort of order that I kind of link everything in the blog post. But you can also just generally browse the Just Arrived section on the website where you see the very latest new arrivals, because we tend to get new things all of the time. Also, depending on when you're watching the video, sometimes things can sell out quickly or they might appear out of stock, but we do have a stock notifications function on the website, so you can just pop your email address in and then we can let you know when it's back in stock again. So before I start, I'll also just mention that I'm wearing the Closet Core Knits top, which we did as a kit for our birthday month back in April, and this is our own Be Happy Blooms viscose print in the navy colourway. It does come in two other colourways as well, so you can find them all online as well. So first of all, I'm going to show you the fabrics that are sort of linked to like a designer's name or a kind of brand name, just because they're the ones that are right in front of me and they're on big floppy rolls, and so once I sort of clear this space it'll be easier for me to get other fabrics out to sort of kind of show you. So as you may know, if you're a regular viewer, we do stock a large range of the Fabric Godmother collections, and we just had a couple of new prints in to add to our range of ones that we had already anyway. So the first one I've got is a viscose linen. It's 55 linen and 45 viscose, so it does have a nice bit of structure to it, because it's not, you know, it's not predominantly viscose, but it's got that really lovely linen-y texture and just a cute little, I feel like there's a lot of vintage vibes in the colour palette of this print. It's really lovely and really good weight to it, so nice for little tops and blouses, or it could be a really cute little dress as well. So a nice little summery one there, and viscose linen is just such a lovely fabric for this time of year as well. And then we have also got this one here, which is the Lottie Floral Viscose Lawn. So when you see something get called viscose lawn, usually it refers to like a plain weave viscose, so it means that the fibres are just very simply sort of woven, you know, in and out of each other, as opposed to a twill weave or a crepe weave. So it's got quite a nice flat, smooth, silky finish, so it makes it really lovely lightweight. Usually if something's a viscose lawn as well, it tends to mean that it is really quite fine and thin, because you can get different thicknesses or different sort of weights of plain weave viscose as well. But yeah, viscose lawn is going to be really, really lovely and lightweight, so very floaty, very swishy, would gather beautifully, and it's just a really lovely colour palette as well, so sort of blues and pinks and reds. It's gorgeous, this one. So again, another perfect one for little tops and blouses, or like a nice sort of swishy dress as well. And I think depending on the style of dress, you may or may not feel like you want to line it. Definitely for tops and blouses, I think you would be fine, but it feels very silky soft. It's gorgeous. And then the next two that I've got are actually ones that are featured in the latest issue of the Fibre Mood magazine. That's issue 23. And this one is the Sherbert Splash cotton fabric. So I would say it's more of a sort of medium weight cotton, this one. It's going to have a little bit more structure to it, so anything that you make with this will just hold its shape a little bit more. It'll press very crisply and beautifully, so nice and easy to work with, and it's a lovely, lovely, gorgeous colour palette. Quite abstract, sort of painterly kind of brush strokes. It's beautiful. I think it's abstract enough you wouldn't really worry about the pattern matching, you just kind of go for it. But I think that would make a lovely, lovely summer dress. I feel like everybody's talking about cutaway dresses now after that challenge in the sewing bee, and this would make a really lovely cutaway style dress because it does have that structure in it, so any cutaway sections of the dress are going to be sort of, you know, they'll hold their shape really well, they'll hold their shape lovely. So this is the Sherbert Splash from the Fibre Mood magazine. And then the other one that I've got from the Fibre Mood magazine is more like a viscose. I think it might be, yeah, it's an Eco Vero viscose. Again, it's a plain weave, so it's got that nice sort of smooth finish and a beautiful rich orangey colour. I love this colour. It's so nice, but then it's got these really vibrant pops of blue in it as well. Again, quite an abstract pattern. I wouldn't say it's too floral or anything, and it's definitely a bit weightier than the Fabric Godmother one, so it's just got, you know, it's just got a little bit more body to it. It's 120 GSM, whereas I don't think we know precisely the GSM of the other one. Let me just check. Actually, we do. It says 87 on the tag, so there's the difference. It's, you know, it's around about 30. So you can just kind of see the difference there. You know, it does just have a little bit more weight to it, but still very fluid, very swishy. And again, I think that would look gorgeous in a lovely, nice summery dress. So yeah, a few new designer linked ones, or sort of, yeah, kind of like brand names or whatever, to add to our collections. And then we do have quite a few new ones from Atelier Brunette as well, and they are a mixture of cottons and viscose and different weaves as well. The first one I've got to show you is the Domino Dahlia, and this does come in another colourway as well, and this is a viscose. And do we know the weight? This is 135 GSM, so again a little bit thicker than that fibre mid one, but you know, still very swishy, very fluid. And I just love this bright pink magenta. It's featuring a lot in the Atelier Brunette fabrics at the moment, and I'm all here for it. So again, really nice for little tops and blouses. And if you haven't checked out my latest video on all the different button-up blouses and shirts that I've made, then do check that out. A lot of them can be made in viscose. In fact, virtually all of them can. So it's a really nice way to see lots of different styles made up. Of course, you can make up just tops as well that don't have any buttons like this one here, in a viscose too. So yeah, it is such a lovely versatile fabric. So yeah, a couple of colourways of that one. And then we do have a few colourways of this one as well. This feels so lovely and soft. It's a viscose modal, so I would say it feels a bit silkier than the other viscoses. It's just, modal is just another sort of semi-synthetic, you know, cellulose based fibre, but it does tend to feel a bit softer than viscose. I would say this feels a bit weightier, although it's saying it's 120 GSM, but it's definitely, you know, it's not see-through at all. It's got a really good handle to it, and yeah, I actually think the stripes might be narrow enough that, you know, you could almost just ignore them really. Sometimes when stripes are really narrow, you don't really need to worry about pattern matching them as much, because they just kind of sort of fall into that anyway without trying too hard. But yeah, I think it's a gorgeous one for playing around with the direction of stripes. So maybe like a dress where the bodice has got it horizontal, but then the skirt, the stripes are vertical, that kind of thing. And yeah, a few colourways in that one as well. And then the next one is, I'm pretty sure this is a cotton. Let me just check. Yeah, it's a cotton gauze, but it's a single gauze, so it's not the two layers. It's just one really lightweight layer of, I would say, a sort of looser weave cotton fabric. So when you hear like Tanalon or Pima lawn, that kind of thing, usually the weave is much tighter, whereas if something's described as a gauze, then usually it just means that the weave's a bit looser, or the threads that have woven it are a bit thicker. You know, the fibres are just not as dense and close together. So it does make it a little bit lighter weight. It's more floaty, I would say, than swishy, but a gorgeous, lovely little pattern on it, and again comes in a couple of colourways as well. And I think that's another really beautiful one for cute little tops and blouses. Very nice, and again got that little pop of magenta in that colourway too. And then the last couple that I've got to show you are, I feel like these are quite different for Atelier Brunette. Definitely Atelier Brunette colours, but the print itself is not typically what you see with Atelier Brunette, because it's this kind of animal-y print. So this is Leonie, and it's the same print, but it's just slightly different scale, so sort of smaller scale here. So hopefully seeing that up against me gives you an idea of the sense of scale. They're both viscose fabrics, so nice and lightweight and floaty, and they're a plain weave as well, so got that sort of smoother finish. And then this one, if I hold a bit of this up, then you'll see compared to me what sort of size the print is. And if you go onto the Atelier Brunette Instagram account, you'll see lots of beautiful garments made up in this. It's really lovely, nice for this time of year. I think the colours are perfect for summer, and just the lovely, yeah, nice lightweight swishy fabric. So yeah, some beautiful new additions to the Atelier Brunette collection there. Now the next ones that I've got to show you are actually all new colorways of fabrics that we've already had. So there may be like existing ranges where we've added some new colors in, or like a design where a new colors come in. So we've had this one in the blue colorway before. This is also a viscose linen. Sorry, it's not, it's 100% linen. I would say it's more of like a lighter weight linen though. And this is, it's almost got a sort of like burnished, nice, almost like corally, orangey colourways in it. Maybe like a little bit animal printy, but not totally obvious that it is. So yeah, just a nice abstract one if you're looking for something other than florals on a linen based cloth. So it would be nice for a nice oversized shirt. You can make dresses with it. You could make skirts as well, depending on the style. You may or may not feel like you want to line it. I would say that if it's, you know, if it's gathered or it's got pleats or something, you might be okay. But if it was a straighter style, you might maybe feel like you want to line it. I would probably just line it with a cotton voile, plain cotton voile, which we do have available online as well. So yeah, that one was the burnished linen fabric. And then next up we've got a lovely new colourway to just our classic plain viscose linen. So this is the one where it's quite a high percentage of viscose, 75 viscose and 25 linen, but it's such a popular base cloth for us. And yeah, just a lovely nice greeny colourway available. Again, it's so versatile. Trousers, dresses, jumpsuits, skirts, blouses, it works for everything, this fabric. So yeah, just nice to have another colourway of that one in stock. And then we also have a lot of colourways of this one as well. You guys have been loving this one since we did the True by Zoe tank top as a kit. And this is the Meat Milk Derby ribbed tencel jersey. So it now comes in this lovely brown pecan colour, which I think is gorgeous. All of the shades in this fabric are so nice. So yeah, we've topped up on them and added a new one in that. So of course the Zoe tank top, perfect for this time of year. You can kind of see a bit of a layering, summer layering outfit happening here with those two. They look really nice together. And then this one has been popular too. It now comes in an extra colourway. It's the peach pink Dobie stripe cotton fabric. So we do also have it, we've had it in a white, a pink, a blue, and a kind of greeny colour as well. So nice and textured, because it's kind of plain, but then because it's got the Dobie spot in it, it's got the stripe in it, it just makes it a bit more interesting. So quite nice if you're looking for something plain, but that's not totally boring, because yeah, it does just have really beautiful texture in it. I would say it probably has a little bit sheer, so either you're going to be wearing like a vest top underneath, or it might be that you want to line it. Again, if you were going to line it, I would probably just line it in a plain cotton voile fabric, to be honest, if you wanted to. But I feel like really the fabric is lovely and pretty enough that it would probably look better unlined, and then just either make it very summery and nice underwear underneath, or like a vest top or something if you felt like you wanted more coverage. So yeah, another nice addition to that little range that we've got. And then the next ones are additions to our smooth drape tencel twill fabrics, which we do have quite a lot of colours of now. And again, this is a super versatile fabric. It's wide and it's a twill weave and it's pretty weighty. It's 213 GSM. So it does have quite a bit of weight to it, but it makes it really versatile. Jumpsuits, wide leg trousers, dresses, lightweight jackets, oversized shirts. It's so good for so many different things. And we've got it in 3 new colourways. So this lovely purpley one, which is mauve, we've got it in a white colourway as well, which I wouldn't say is a brilliant white. If you're looking for if you're sort of between shades of white, or you're looking for a specific shade of white / off white, I would probably suggest getting like a little 10 centimetre length of it to check the shade, because it's described as white, but I wouldn't say it's like optic bright white. And then this beautiful rich berry colour here, this one is the where's the tag gone for that one? This is the cherry. It's lovely. I would say it's probably a bit more pinky than what you would think a cherry would be, as you can see, but it's beautiful. It's almost like looking a little bit like the magenta that's in the Atelier Brunette fabrics, but yeah, another beautiful addition to that range. We've got all the classic colours as well, the black, the midnight, the navy. We've got some really nice greens as well, pink, a light pink, a rust. So yeah, there's lots of choices in that range. It is such a lovely fabric to wear, to wash. Yeah, it just feels really super luxurious. Okay, next up are just a little bit of a selection of various different summery cotton fabrics. Some of them are plain, some of them are more textured, but I would say, yeah, what they all have in common with them is that they're all cotton and they're all really lovely and summery. So this is another just nice, it's nice to have just classic crisp white ones in the summertime. Again, it's a little bit textured, so if you're looking for something plain but a little bit of texture, it's a really, really lovely one. So this is the white diamond embroidered stripe fabric. And again, 100% cotton, so yeah, that would make a really lovely, nice little crisp white shirt or a top, or maybe a beach cover up if you're wanting something white for the beach to keep you cool if you're going somewhere hot on holiday. Keeping with the textured sort of whiter fabrics, we've got two colourways of this one, a white and then also how did we describe this, an ivory. So hopefully seeing the two together will kind of give you like an idea of the shade that they are. This one's obviously got more sort of like warmer, creamier tones to it, the ivory compared to the white, but a really beautiful eyelet embroidered one. Again, I think this could work either on its own, just with a vest top underneath, or you could line it again just with a cotton voile. It does also have this scalloped edge. Can you see the embroidery is quite sort of dense there? So what you can do at that scalloped border is really carefully cut next to the stitching, and then you can actually just incorporate that into your garment. So it might actually be that is like the hem of your garment, so you can cut it out at, at 90 degrees to the grain line effectively, and just use the embroidery as a way to get your pattern pieces straight. Or you could cut that section off and gather it to make it like a little frill over the shoulder, or like down the front or something. So yeah, you could definitely use the beautiful embroidered pattern in that to your advantage. So yeah, another really lovely summery one there. And then a couple of new ranges of plains that we've had. And these can be regular stock. So again, if you're watching this and you see them and they're out of stock, just pop your email into the stock notifications, because these are ones that we, they can just be like a standard line for us. So it's called the vintage textured cotton fabric. We've got 4 colours at the moment. This particular one is the turquoise. And if you're familiar with our sort of like linen-y type fabrics, I would say it's fairly similar to the ramie fabric that we've got in terms of the texture, but it's much lighter weight. So the ramie fabric is better really for bottom weights, I would say, skirts, dungarees, trousers, that kind of thing, because it is a bit heavier. It does just have more structure to it. Whereas this has that same gorgeous sort of texture to it and depth, but it's much lighter weight. It's 170 GSM, so it's a bit more versatile. I think you could make trousers out of this as well. They'll just feel lighter weight, but you could make nice dresses with it, shirts, so yeah, maybe like a lightweight sort of jacket too for summer. So again, just another really nice versatile plain one. That's it just gives you another option if you're in that sort of category of fabric. And then we added some really beautiful, fun, bright colours of double gauze. This one is the purpley one here. What shade have we called this? Lavender. They're so nice, like really vivid and bright. So if you're looking for a pop of colour in your summer wardrobe, then these are perfect. Just a classic double gauze fabric, so 2 really thin layers of that loosely woven cotton gauze. And if you're new to cotton gauze, or you're not really sure about it, or you don't understand it or anything, I do have a blog post and a video that is all about cotton gauze. It tells you all about working with it and caring for it and pressing it and sewing it and what to sew with it, all of that kind of thing. So any questions you've got about cotton gauze, I'm sure they're covered in that video. Of course you can. If there is anything else, please ask me. but yeah, it's a really lovely fabric to work with in summer, and to wear, nice and cooling. So yeah, and lovely to have some nice bright colours in that one. And then a couple of sort of printed lighter weight cottons here. So these are both very, very sort of lightweight kind of lawn type fabrics, very sort of kind of ethereal and yeah, very lightweight and floaty and drapey. This is a sort of block print one. I love the colours in this one, so summery. This would make a gorgeous kind of cover up, like a loose breezy dress that you would put over your swimsuit. It's beautiful. It is called the block print fine cotton fabric. And then this other one here is a similar sort of weight, maybe like very slightly heavier, and just another lovely colour palette of very sort of dainty flowers, so a bit more of a smaller scale floral in that one. But yeah, just nice lovely warm colour tones in that one too, and it would be nice and crisp to work with because it's cotton, a nice crisp cotton lawn. And then these last two here are kind of a bit on their own, but I just love the texture of them. And yeah, this one is the pumpkin polka cotton cheesecloth fabric. It's got a really lovely texture to it. So it's cotton, but it's almost got like the slubs that you quite commonly see in linen fabric, and then just this little sort of black spotty little dot on it. And yeah, it's just quite a nice lightweight, looser weave cotton fabric that again would look really nice in shirts, blouses, tops, dresses. I think you probably could make lightweight trousers with it as well. It might feel a little bit pyjama in trousers, to be honest, but yeah, definitely for like dresses and tops and blouses would be really, really nice for summer. And then this one here is another sort of nice crisp one if you're looking to make a nice crisp shirt. I've seen quite a lot of sort of sundresses, looser dresses and shirts in this kind of like a fabric that's got a little pinstripe in it. This one's quite interesting because it's like a stripe and then like a little dot as well, so it's not totally plain pinstripe, just got a little bit more texture to it. It does almost have a bit of a sheen as well, so maybe like a bit of a smarter shirt would work in that as well. So it's the fine stripe sheen cotton twill fabric, and again it's 100% cotton, but it almost feels quite silky because it's got that sort of sheen finish on it. It's really lovely, it feels very luxurious, that one. So yeah, that's a little collection of nice cotton lawns. And then the next ones I've got are on the rolls behind me here. So quite a lovely selection of various different viscose fabrics, which I'll show you all up close in the little videos. A gorgeous selection of colours. I love this flowery one here. It's a beautiful blue. It's such a lovely summery blue. This is the cornflower floral viscose fabric, and it's just lovely, really gorgeous and lightweight and floaty, and would make a gorgeous little dress. It's really, really pretty. I love that one. And then some of them we do have a couple of colourways of. So this one here, which has got a sort of tealy background, it does also come in quite a sort of more kind of dominant pink colourway. This is the deep teal abstract oval collage viscose fabric. And yeah, it's a really lovely one. A nice soft plain weave, feels very smooth and silky, very drapey, as you can see. And again, would make a lovely, nice, brightly coloured little dress or a nice skirt or a little top. Lots of things you can make with that. This one here is on the same base cloth that came from the same supplier. So again, a really lovely soft to the touch viscose fabric, but this is like a little bit more abstract, slightly larger scale here, and beautiful bright pink tones. Seen quite a lot of pinks. So another beautiful viscose there. And then the next ones are all sort of quite florally, really lovely, beautiful colours. I'm especially picking out this blue one here, which I absolutely love. I love the background colour of this. It's almost got a little bit of sort of vintagey vibes again with this one. A nice little sort of dainty detailed texture rose in that as well. It's beautiful. Again, that's a nice soft plain weave viscose, so nice smooth surface on it. And then this one here is also a little bit different, something away from all the florals. And I love the colours in this. Look how bright and bold these gorgeous greens are. It's really nice. So it's a sort of like ring design that is on it. One of the rings is blue, but yeah, the rest are definitely very, very green. So if you're someone who likes greens, I'm sure you're going to love this. It's nice and bright and fresh for summer. It's gorgeous. I think this would make a lovely dress, or like a really stunning little top. Plain weave viscose, so again, it's really smooth and silky, very soft sort of finish to it, that one. It's gorgeous. And then the next category, or like the last category really that I've got to show you, are a range of beautiful summer brocades. So if you're maybe going to a wedding, or you want to make like a little kind of jacket, or more of like a structured dress where something's really going to hold its shape and it's going to be quite striking, then these brocades work really well. We did have a range of them that we used in a Christmas window a couple of years ago. I'm trying to think of the name of the dress that we put in the window again. I'll put a photo of it up, and I'll put the name in the description, because I'm afraid I can't think of the name right now. It was maybe a cashmerette one. I think they've got one that's got a sort of pleated skirt, but something where it's like a fitted bodice and then either like a gently gathered or a pleated skirt. Looks really nice in brocade, very striking. Otherwise, like a little sort of kind of cropped fitted jacket is nice. So over it, do a nice one. Just going to stop that all falling. I think it's the cocoa jacket. That would work really nice in a brocade as well. So we've got a couple of colourways of this one here. This has got lovely gold thread woven into it as well. So quite a sort of peachy pink with an ivory background. So that is really beautiful. I love that one, of course, because it's pink. So this is the Candy Metallic Blur brocade. But then, as I said, we do have it in the blue as well. And then this one here is very gold, very shiny. I love the texture on it as well. So it's got these green sort of abstract kind of pebbly, ovally type shapes, and then this beautiful gold background. So very glam, very sparkly and shiny. That would look absolutely stunning as a nice dress. I would say with the brocades, you do definitely need to line them, because they're not the softest of fabrics. So on the reverse, sometimes they can feel a little bit rough. In terms of lining them, I feel like it would maybe depend on what you were making, but I would say something like a cotton poplin or a cotton lawn would feel nice next to the skin and wouldn't add too much sort of heaviness or bulk to the garment. This next one actually comes in two colourways. I love this one here though. Got very garden vibes to it. I love all the little details in it. It's really, really lovely. I think they would look nice even as like making a little bag as well. If you didn't want to make a garment out of it, they'd be really nice for bag making too. So yeah, another more sort of like pinky, reddy, warmer tones in the other colourway of that. But I think that's just gorgeous, that one. I love that one. And then again, this next one also comes in two colourways. I've picked out the bright pink one with the magenta in it, because I feel like that was a bit of a theme for this. We were getting lots of pops of magenta, but the other one's a bit more sort of like deeper tones, teals and a sort of burgundy colour. But again, I think that's just really lovely and stunning. Little mini skirts actually as well look cool in this. They're more sort of like straighter A-line skirt, work well with brocades too, if you wanted to just add a little sort of flash of colour in an outfit. And then the last one that I've got to show you, I've kind of grouped it with the brocades, but it's not a brocade. It's very, very unusual, but I was just so intrigued when I saw it that I wanted to get some. So it is the Tangerine Sheer Stripe Jacquard fabric. It's 67 cotton and 33 nylon. Now you'll see that it is kind of see-through a little bit. It almost looks like lots of ribbons kind of like sewn on, but it's not. They're just all kind of like woven into the fabric. It's really cool. It's got quite a cool structure to it as well, and I think if you were to make something with it, it would really hold the structure of it. So say if you were making something with a puff sleeve, it would like really hold the puff of the sleeve, because you can see that it's quite, you know, it is quite structured, or like when you sort of put some of it together, like it is really kind of holding its shape. And there is also a little top in the new Fibre Mood magazine as well that's made out of a fabric very similar to that. It's got quite a lot of structure to it. So if you're looking for something, you know, that's going to be quite sort of striking and like really hold its shape and yeah, just be quite bold, it is a really lovely fabric to try something like that out with. And again, depending on what you're making, you're either going to want to line it. I would say just line it with a cotton voile or cotton lawn, or just wear like a little vest top underneath, because it is a little bit sheer. It's just really cool, it's really unusual. So I'm excited to see what you guys will make with it, because it is just something that's quite an intriguing fabric, and I think it would be quite easy and fun to work with as well. I'd probably use a Microtex needle just because it does look quite dense, the weave on it. So Microtex needles are just that bit sharper, they can kind of cope with that density of fabric. So I hope you have enjoyed having a look. I know it's quite a lot, sometimes it just varies month to month depending on how many fabrics we've had, but an exciting time with all of these beautiful new fabrics. So as I said at the beginning, they are all linked together in the blog post that goes with this video. I'll put the link to that in the description. If you've got any questions or comments at all, please feel free to leave them below, or you can always contact the shop as well. The G&G team and I are always more than happy to help, so you can email us or call us. We're here 6 days a week. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, just remember to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on my next video. And happy sewing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.